Okay, assume that you are typing flat earth into Google. If you do that, you will join numerous physiques that have aided in tripling the search term over the last few years. In reality, a YouGov poll, a recent one, found that at least 2/3 of Americans who are aged 18 to 24 believe that the earth is round. Are you surprised? Well, if you are a science devotee, you would be amazed. Hello guys, welcome to AI Science. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about what if the earth was actually flat. Before we dive in, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're new to this channel, click on the subscribe button now and turn on post notifications to feed your curious mind with more content. So welcome to the new year 2023. The earth has yet again made a turn about the sun. But this time, it was not that fast and easy, but we made it. People have known for thousands of years that the planet is round, but to the surprise, there is still a belief that the earth is flat, and these people refuse to let it die. The idea that the earth is flat has been scientifically disproved, but it appears that there is a belief growing up about this conspiracy theory. Nevertheless, small folks out there actually emphasize that the world is flat. We call them flat earthers. They have appeared online in recent years. It also shows doubt about this essential aspect of reality. Flat earthers seem to have a meager standard of evidence for what they want to believe, but an impossibly large standard for what they don't want to consider. So what if these flat earther theories come out to be right? Okay, let's assume that Earth somehow was genuinely flat. If that happens, the plane will act differently from what we know to date. Maybe humanity or everything else would be very dead. But we humans always wanted to make the impossible possible. But this thing is out of your hand, thinkers. According to David Stevenson, a planetary scientist at Caltech at Pasadena, California, to shape the celestial body into a disk, that flat structure, you will have to spin it very fast. And if you do so, it would dismally ruin the planet by splitting it into tiny particles. But these experiments already started back in the 1850s. The cosmologist James Clerk Maxwell popped up with his mathematical side in his work on Saturn's rings. For instance, suppose a solid like a disk-like shape isn't a stable configuration in the cosmos. He actually created many breaks in this case. Through his research, he prophesied that Saturn's rings are made of lots of small unconnected particles, and using his math he demonstrated why no planet-sized disks are floating around the galaxy, and that comes out to be correct. If you want an actually flattened Earth, you would require it to spin around fast, but to do so, you must know some black magic or galactic panini press, even though you know that a stamped flat Earth wouldn't remain for long at any cost. It would take a short period for gravity to press the planet back into a spheroid. Actually, gravity attracts equally from all sides. This correctly illustrates why planets are spheres. But if you are the flat earther devotee, then your disc-shaped planet's gravity changes direction as you move towards the edge. It's unclear how gravity is created or works in such a system. Well, those forces may work against gravity to make a bit of a bulge at the equator, which depends on the rate of the planet's rotation. According to Maxwell's math, it is crystal clear that a stable, solid disk-like Earth isn't potential under the actual circumstances of gravity. Okay, so you may wonder whether gravity is a big deal or not. Yeah, actually it is. The same calculatable force that makes an apple fall from a tree makes the moon revolve around the Earth, and all the planets orbit the sun. And if you're that smarter to get rid of gravity, then almost every aspect of our planet rapidly stops making sense. Well, you can't find the atmosphere, tides, and even the moon. Everything is gone. The atmosphere is tied to the planet by gravity. And about the tides, it's actually the moon's gravitational pull which draws on the oceans and causes them to project out as it swings by subtly. And to the surprise, even the moon's existence involves gravity. Actually, the creation of the moon has many theories. In the first scenario, the moon seemed to be created when a giant planet-sized body crashed into the early Earth, and the trash from the crash was taken up by Earth's gravity. But another scenario, hints that the moon formed at the same time as Earth did, and this time, the credit goes to gravity. Even it is said that Earth's formidable gravity pulled and snagged the traveling hunk of space rock, and it went plunging by. Gravity is tied to the Earth's layered structure. In this structure, the densest materials settle to the core. Lighter materials shape up the mantle, and the most delicate elements create the crust. The planet would misbehave otherwise if this layered arrangement were not there. The planet's magnetic field produces the Earth's liquid outer core, acting as a giant dynamic magnet. The magnetic field supports protecting the planet's atmosphere from the stripping effect of the solar wind. It actually irritated away Mars's atmosphere after that planet's magnetic field faltered 4 billion years ago. Okay, what if the Earth is a flat or disc-like structure? Lunar eclipses happen only at midnight. This suggests that there's only one possible orientation in which the Sun-Earth-Moon alignment can create a circular rather than elliptical shadow. Actually, the Earth's disk is perpendicular to the Sun-Moon plane. This actually implies that the Sun needs to be at the midnight position relative to the night side of Earth. Lunar eclipses can happen numerous times, depending on where you are on Earth. Next is actually that different locations on Earth undergo seasons at other times. The sun's rays would eternally come in at the same angle, meaning that the USA, Australia, and Argentina would all experience the seasons at the same exact way if the Earth were a sphere. So if the Earth is flat, everyone on the night side would see the same sky, which is a different observation that the flat Earth can't account for. Actually, the sunsets and sunrises occur at different times depending on your longitude. And if the Earth remained flat, and if you are in New York and your friend is in Los Angeles, you would both see the sunrise and set at precisely the same time. But actually, the variation is roughly 3 hours. The sun rises or puts at a distinctive time, something that could not happen if the Earth were flat. It can be an evening in New York, and it may only be a late afternoon in Los Angeles. Or if it is morning in New York, but it's still before dawn in Los Angeles. Similarly, on a flat Earth, satellites likely wouldn't be possible. How would they orbit a plane? A flat Earth design plants our planet at the center of the universe. This doesn't infer that the sun orbits the Earth. However, the sun orbits over the world's top side like a broadcasting light, carousel, and warmth downward like a desk lamp. If the linear perpendicular momentum that helps generate an orbit is not available, it is uncertain which force would hold the sun and moon floating above the Earth. Practically, it would be crashing into it, and if the sun and moon simply loop around one side of a flat Earth, there could probably be a procession of days and nights. And as we said, this fails to explain seasons, eclipses, and many other phenomena. Also, the sun should probably have to be smaller than the Earth. If not, the sun would burn up or bump into our planet or moon. Nevertheless, we grasp that the sun is more than 100 times the diameter of the Earth. Well, thank God that our Earth is a sphere. What are your thoughts? We desire that this video will surely encourage even one person to examine their belief that the Earth is flat. Well, it would be, of course, an impressive win for us. Well, if you're a flat earther friend, we suggest you not bet on it. As the old saying goes, you can't reason with someone out of a position they didn't assert themselves into. We'd like to know about your views in the comments section below. On your way, don't forget to give us a thumbs up by saying goodbye and not forgetting to thank God for the next time you see an apple fall straight to the ground because you're lucky that the Earth is round. Because if it were flat, that apple might really smack you in the face.